Hi, welcome to Sugar Free. This is an all signs reading for the holiday season. It's all very nice. I bought some Christmas lights the other day. I'm not going to show you because I don't want to move the camera. Yeah, Christmas is coming. What can I say? I'm working on Christmas, so I'm quite looking forward to that. And I bought a cut price Christmas t-shirt in the supermarket today to wear for my client who's got dementia. I'm going to like tie tinsel around my head. So that should be a laugh. And it's double time. It's double time. Hopefully it will be nice. Family will be there and that. Anyway, yeah, family, Christmas, family. It's it can be really hard work sometimes. You know, so that's what we're going to pull on today. Like how things look for this the happiest time of the year. And that's when any unhappiness that's around is kind of crystallized, isn't it? You know, when you're like in a kind of enclosed environment with a bunch of people you don't usually associate with, and there's drink and there's food and, you know, anyway, let's see what happens. I mean, it's nice, but, you know, yeah, as I said, any unhappiness, any suffering there is likely to be kind of, how can I say, like squeezed, concentrated at that time. So that's what we're going to put on. I've got here the major arcana of the ancient Italian tarot, all shuffled and all higgledy-piggledy in terms of upright and reversal. This is major arcana of Rider-Waite. And this is the minor arcana of the Rider-Waite split into it. So it's everything shuffled. So I'm going to pull three. I'll tell you what, I'm going to do this a little bit differently. I'm going to go one at a time. So the first major arcana, the Star. How lovely. Well, beautiful. There's a clear, calm way ahead here. This is really, really nice. And I don't know, I get a feeling of invulnerability from this. I mean, I know she's naked, but she's very, very in her energy. She's in the flow. This is post-traumatic euphoria. If that doesn't sound too miserable, but it's really nice. It's really calm and, you know, moving forward in a kind of a very sure-footed way. Very nice. Right, I'm going to start clarifying this now with the minor arcana. So we've got the Eight of Pentacles. Well, you see, that's how you get sure-footed. That's how you get like good at things, is by working at it. And that's what the Eight of Pentacles represents here. That's what it reveals to us. It's, I don't know what the trauma was, and I speak of like post-traumatic here in the style because this is card 17, which follows card 16, the Tower. But it's like somehow we've protected ourselves through putting in the graft. We've got, this is like having created a cushion, all right? And it hasn't come to us, the creation, this cushion and the process of creating it hasn't come to us sort of by chance or by luck. It's come through hard work. Yeah, the Tower can be hard work, but it's lovely. As I said, sure-footedness I get off of this. Oh, Four of Wands. How lovely. We haven't had that for ages. Something stabilizes. I'll move on. Two of Swords. Uncanny. What's that doing there? I'm not taking reversals here. I think, okay, no, I see what this is doing here. It's a little bit difficult to believe. It's a little bit difficult to believe that we're at number 17 and not at number 16. This is another feature of post-traumatic. It's like you really, really, really don't want it to happen again. You really don't want it to happen again, whatever that was in the implied tower. The star always implies a tower because the movement, the progress from one to the other is so, I don't know, it's just so clear. And for the moment, I think we would rather stay blindfold and kind of not, I don't know, there's a sort of believe it when I see it energy about this. But it, it's quiet and it's private, but it feels like a bit of an insurance policy. Okay. It's like an emotional insurance policy. It's like it's too soon to celebrate this. Okay, this Four of Wands here is too soon because our thoughts are still kind of rooted, still like pulled towards and pulled into resonance with the implied tower. So we're just keeping stum, even to ourselves, about this Four of Wands. And that keeping stum and keeping your own self disciplined and not kind of not going, oh, thank God, and being able to sort of like open up here. This is very closed. But that kind of self-control is one aspect of the work that's been put in here in the Eight of Pentacles. But Page of Cups, I think quite soon we'll be able to take that blindfold off and choose what we're going to say and kind of begin to be able to digest what's happened. Not yet, but soon. And there's something so fresh about this Page of Cups for me today. So fresh and a bloody good thing too, because that is a raw fish. I don't know if it's dead or not. I mean, if it isn't dead, it soon will be because it's not in its natural environment. But it's like something being plucked out and proffered in terms of emotional connection. It's absolutely lovely. Maybe there's another energy entering. Yeah. So let me think now, because this reading is about what's blithely called holiday season. Yeah, this is nice actually. This is nice. It's calm and sort of basically fundamentally friendly. I mean, the most troubling card in this column here is this Two of Swords. But, if we can just hold off, and I think we can here, we can. If we can hold off sort of just like blabbing the farm, basically, about how we feel about something, then, this nice, fresh kind of, yeah, I mean, it's a little bit like polite and that, it's not sort of like really letting your hair down sort of energy. It's not yet. Not yet. But yeah, lovely, lovely. Okay, I'm going to pull the next. No, I'm going to go for this one now. I'm going to go for the big picture energy. Okay, the Lovers. We'll come to the middle one in due course. Righty-ho. Well, that's got a multiplicity of meanings. This, I think, is for after holiday season. This is for after it. And in this middle column, we're going to look at, at how there's quite sort of like self-controlled energy here. What's like tugging at it? Yeah, what's the undertow? What's the yeah, undertow is the best thing. Like you're splashing along on the surface and then whoom, you pulled under. That's what we're going to look at in number two, in column number two. So this, I think, is for after, and I'm going to leave that there for now. I'm going to come to number two. I can't resist it. Oh, Nick, look at that. What was I saying, man? What was I saying? Yeah, you see, that's why we're in this two of swords energy here. And I think in the context of this now being here, so as I say, this is like the hidden energy that is nonetheless kind of acting upon the situation. In light of that, I think, yeah, this hard work here, like there's more of it to be done, all right? There's more of it to be done. We just keep it nice, keep stum, and offer the Christmas cake around the place and like, go out and get more beers in or whatever. Yeah, like be helpful. Because whatever the tower was, is something to do with this. Okay, it's something to do with this. This is like this sort of like darkly tug. Yeah, this is like when you're off, when you've got the choice between a bowl of steamed lentils or like stewed lentils or kind of cheap spicy chicken wings. That's the cheap spicy chicken wings here. Oh my God, you want it. You want it. And this is what this is about. Oh, they're basically, can you control yourself? This is a heart's desire card, but anyway, we'll come to that in due course. Let's move on with this devil energy. Okay. Yeah, you're not alone in this, all right? You're not alone in this. You have backup. Ah, dear. You know what? The longer a family unit exists, the more basically its members like understand each other in certain ways. And very often, what you're finding difficult, other people in the group are finding difficult as well. So, this is support. This is really, really nice. And it's a very like collegiate atmosphere. This is people working together, each in their own kind of capacity to like get shit done. And the work doesn't get done, the result doesn't come unless each person plays their part. But they've each got a very different part to play. We got the contractor there actually carrying out the work. We got the commissioner, the monk, and we've got the financier, the merchant. So that's how it works. It's about the flow from multiple sources to make something work. So it's very supportive a bloody good thing too. It's like go easy on like the Rioja or whatever. I might get a nice bottle of Pinot Noir. I usually do that at Christmas. Yeah, look at that. 5 of Wands. Yeah, okay. As this is going on around the Christmas table, all right, just keep out of it because there is going to be some of it. There usually is. No matter how hard everyone works, there's usually something. And there's something sort of like staged. It's staged. And again, this happens in family units as well. Like certain people, as I say, have certain roles within the group. And if there's something kind of a bit, how can I say, if the integrity, and I mean the wholeness of the family group is kind of fractured with something, and it doesn't necessarily need to be anything really, really bad, but every human family group has some sort of like fault lines, and the members of the group or the family are kind of marshaled in certain roles around the fault line. You'll have the one who distracts everybody, who sucks up a load of attention by being kind of a bit like dysfunctional and irresponsible. You'll have that one. And then you'll have the one that's all like super responsible, like the over functioner who kind of takes over everything and then gets like resentful about it. And you'll have like the jokester, you got all the sort of different people, and you got like the sensible one, and all the different roles. And at a time like Christmas, or if you have like a family holiday, everyone kind of falls into their roles and plays the game. And it is kind of staged. But like I said, you're not alone, all right, in this thing. And I mean that the impulses that lead a group to function like that, and essentially all groups function like that. Everyone has their part to play. And that can be the case in the context of each person having a part to play in making something like happen and like creating wealth, basically. This is very collegiate, as I say. But also in terms of like really playing a part, like fulfilling a role. And that's when you get this kind of staging of the family drama. And all family dramas are staged in order to protect everybody from tripping over the fault line and kind of smoothing it over and keeping the show on the road. That's how it works. And that's what we're going to be seeing some of. And the impulse around that, and really it's about the kind of the fracture line itself, is this kind of like, I don't know, I'm getting really strong energy off this today. And it's interesting, this precedes the tower. So the tower is very, very much here. But this is kind of, even though it's not, this is kind of like FU energy. This is like just selfishness in this reading. It's not so much addiction, it's just like bollocks, I'm going to have, my way or the highway. Yeah, I'm going to have what I want, and you can all like F off. That's what's coming here. I mean, we all feel like that sometimes, don't we? So yeah, we got this family drama playing out here, and yeah, you better just keep knocking those pentacles out, mate. Oh my God. Ten of Swords. Oh, dear, oh Lord. Shocker. I see this more in this reading as like a wish. I wish you could just like put the flipping cutlery down. Yeah. Just put it down and go, you know what? See you later. You're all effing mad. I'm going down the pub, I'm going for a walk. I'm going home. I F this. Yeah, that's what I'm getting off that. But it's more, it is quite tempting, and here, like tempting the devil. Yeah, so be careful. Like focus on this, focus on these pentacles. Because I mean, here in the wands, we've gone from the 4 to the 5. So yeah, as I say, something stabilizes, but as soon as you bring this extra one in, and this is like, yeah, my life's actually okay. And then you go home for Christmas and all your rellies are there and all the in-laws are there and oh dear. And suddenly you're hearing this. It's like, oh, fuck this, I'm going home. Oh dear, oh dear. I'm glad I'm working, mate. I'm glad I'm working. Nine of Cups. Yeah, well, that's like I said. Like I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. So with the best will in the world, I wish you all a Merry Christmas. I'm out of here. So what we've got here then is yeah, because we've got like emotional self-sufficiency here in the Nine of Cups. So really what we're looking at here is it's like, oh man, it's something to do with being clear and being invested in your deep down wishes and motivations. And you know, I think we have a tendency to sort of overlook those things because we're kind of focused on doing what is collegiate and doing what will keep this structure like standing up and keeping quiet and just like being nice. All this, we're sort of so focused on that I think it is very easy for us, and it's rather sad. It's very easy for us to kind of do ourselves down and to not see the kind of the simple power of what our true heart's desire is. And because it's true, it's good. Okay, it's good. But we become very kind of accustomed as we go through life to kind of erring on the other side and questioning ourselves in the context of how we interact with others and basically whether we are good enough to sort of play a part in something. There's that Three of Pentacles, whether we're good enough. And that's where this is leading. And we live too much in the should. We live way too much in the should. And should is a really, really interesting word. I mean, I trained and worked for many years as a teacher of English to speakers of other languages. And should is one of a particular class of verbs that are called modal verbs. And you've got like want, can, should, must, have to, need to, ought to, all those sorts of things. Yeah, and should and ought to are very interesting because they're very, very subtle. They're kind of midway between, or not technical, anyway, midway between something that you have to do and something that you want to do. And should is kind of like mutable in that space between what is necessary and what you want. And here we're seeing a lot of it, you know, it's good-willed, but there's a certain amount of effort involved here. And I mean, I'm very pleased to see this Nine of Cups here because it leads us up to the Lover's card here. Because here in the Lover's card, what is, you know, we've got heart's desire here. Nobody wants to sort of lose anyone here. And I mean, that queen there, she's the mother of the young man. And she doesn't want to lose him, but she's kind of got to, because what he really wants, and we see that from the direction that arrow is pointing him from the little eros, the little Kama, Kama, which is where the Kama Sutra comes from. This is just about desire and the power of that. And he will go with the young woman. He will. It's natural. It's natural. And I think deep down we know that. There is a testing here. There's a testing, but there's also, I mean, clearly, Devil and the Ten of Swords. I mean, the Five of Wands are like ain't like big beef. Like I said, it's just people going through a kind of ritualized drama. But yeah, this is going to be really tempting. The Ten of Swords. So this is where to focus. I keep coming back to this because you can't fake this, and you can't fake this. But you can. You know, I mean, you know, how stable is this? If you don't like keep putting the work in. There's a choice to put the work in here. And it's all fueled on the kinds of the deep down kind of clarity of direction. You can't miss that star. Can't miss it. I mean, it's even got a tail showing what direction it's traveling in. So, you know, they should call this card the comet, not the star. So let's see how we like unfold this like two roads before you kind of thing. I mean, it's a bit of a foregone conclusion, isn't it? Really? Let's clarify it. Queen of Pentacles, how beautiful. I'm getting off this straight away. It's this queen here. This is about letting go. This is about not holding on to stuff that wants to flow in a different direction. That's all I'm going to say about that. Two of Wands. And this is about flowing in a new direction. Realizing, looking up from the Ace of Wands, which has just bam, like appeared in front of us. Maybe that's something to do like with the Tower. That's kind of implicitly sitting between these two cards. I mean, it's something to do with that, because when that happens, you know, you look up at whatever it is that has been like occupying your vision, and you see that there is more that can be done. Now, this Two of Wands following on from this, you know, this is just, as I say, this is just like silliness. This roots back to the Four. So this looks much, much more stable now. And I did say that when I pulled it. Something stabilizes or has stabilized, and it gives us options. Very, very nice. And, oh dear, I just saw what the sword cut was. I'm just going to put it down. Oh dear. We've moved back one. Interesting. We moved by one jump here, and we've moved by one jump here. Okay. Oh, flipping heck. I haven't seen this dude for a long time. Five of Cups. This is about being prepared to let something go. And that's what I said here. It's about being prepared to let something go and being prepared to wonder if you've done the right thing. Okay? Because you can't like truly, properly let go of something. You know, because once you let go, you let go. And that's what the choice is here, is to let something go. And, you know, once it's gone, it's gone. You can't, there are some things that can be undone. up to a point, like philosophic, existentially speaking, up to a point, because really, truly, nothing can be undone. I mean, you can send a message, say, and then you can like retract it or whatever, or change it or whatever, but you've still done all those things. So really nothing can be undone. And that does mean that you have to be prepared to sometimes wonder whether you did the right thing. And you can't have the kind of the freedom of letting stuff go without that being part of the mix. It just is. But I'm not getting a kind of threatening energy off this at all. Yeah, an acceptance of this energy. Yeah, you don't want to be in it all the time, but the more you fight it, the bigger it will seem. Ah, interesting. This is kind of, yeah, this is like the cubing, the tripling of the Three of Swords. And the more you don't look at that, and that is the grief of no longer having something, whatever it is. And this, like I said, it's about letting go. Letting go. And we're in a position to here. And what I'm seeing here in the Five of Cups, yeah, we're in a good place here, especially here. And these very powerful, this lovely row of pentacles here. It's absolutely beautiful. Well, when we invest in this devil energy and we keep kind of pitching in to the psychodrama, right? It doesn't look like we're letting something go here and it actually not being a loss. It looks like a loss. And, maybe to a certain extent it is. But this is not the energy to be investing in. I mean, he's standing there looking at the Three Cups all like broken and disconnected. But the Two Cups are still behind him. So all is not lost. All right? All is not lost. This is about how we choose to, I don't know, believe in ourselves in a way and believe that we count, we matter. We're not just there to sort of prop things up for other people. Flipping heck, I don't know where that came from. But that's that Ten of Swords energy. And this five, this is like the key, especially this Five of Wands here. As I called it, the psychodrama. And there is something very kind of satisfying about it sometimes, but in a kind of rather darkly sort of way. But really, it is a kind of compulsion to, when a group engages in that kind of ritualized psychodrama. It is kind of chosen. It's a safe space for everybody, and it can be very, very uncomfortable for certain people. And everybody pays a cost. Everybody pays a cost when there's too much of this. Because that fissure, that fracture, that crack that the psychodrama is designed to protect us from is nonetheless still there. And it kind of drains the energy out of things. Right, it's all getting a little bit dark. This is not the place to invest. Okay, there's so much more symbolism I could pull out of it, but I don't want to be here too long and bore you. So I'm going to now cap off each of these columns with one from the major arcana of the Rider-Waite. Oh my gosh, the World. The Fool, wow, and Justice. Okay, Getting the orientation correct on this and like getting a smooth takeoff. And you know, this is, do you know, I think this is a little peek into the start of 2024. Something wraps up here. I think basically this doesn't look like too bad a kind of holiday season. I'm not seeing like massive ructions or anything. I'm just seeing like quite a lot of hard work, essentially. And when we choose to see ourselves as worthy of happiness, all right, I don't know where this is coming from, but when we choose to see ourselves in those terms, and that sometimes means resisting our role in the psychodrama. But I do see that as a very distinct possibility, and it comes back to this Eight of Pentacles here with this solid groundwork that has been put in. And there is a sort of, oh man, I was going to say, I'm going to say it. With this Fool card, there is a devil may care attitude. And I was just about to say it. And I thought, oh, look, the devil's at the top there. And that would sound a bit like obvious. But I'd literally forgotten that that was there when I was looking at this. It is. It's just like, yeah, whatever. I'm good. I'm good. And, you know, one can decide to do this, like this Ten of Swords, like, F this, I'm out of here, as a result of too much energy being spent on this, like, yeah, this like family drama here, or this like group dynamic doodah here. You can decide that you're not part of it without actually saying or doing anything. And you can just go through it because you're invested in yourself and you believe in what's in your heart. And that means you can come and go with things. You don't need things to be a particular way in order for you to be okay. You can accept what comes and let go what goes. And like I said, at no detriment to yourself, because you have this. And there's a natural justice to that. And I mean, last card of the major arcana, first card of the major arcana, you know, this is a very, I would say, kind of smooth transition from this holiday season. But basically, if you choose to invest more in yourself and in your own heart's desire, and you become stronger and freer, one of the things you have to engage with is this, that you can't just like walk off into the sunset. You can't. And he's walking into the dawn, I would say. The Zero card, he's not going to bed. He's up about his travels. Absolutely lovely. It's beautiful and it's fresh. But this stuff, this Nine of Swords and this Five of Cups, is like, it yaps away at us. It yaps away at us here like this dog, and sort of drawing our attention back to it. But that doesn't mean that, you know, the negativity wins. I really don't think it does. Because like I say, you know, unless what you really want deep down in your heart is something like terrible, which I think is the case for very, very few people, mercifully. And here we have the mercy of justice. It's your heart's desire is so natural. It has a natural justice to it. but you know, it's so potent. The heart's desire is so potent, and that's why this card, the Lover's card, is so early in the cycle, because we have to kind of engage with this. But there's real confidence here, and it comes back to the Nine of Cups and back to the Eight of Pentacles. Absolutely beautiful. So I think this is stepping into the new year, leaving the old one, ending the old one, starting a new one, and there's, you know, there's balance here. And okay, what I am going to say, and I've been thinking this about 2024, I think some stuff is going to crystallize, concretize, and kind of form a kind of solid crust on what has been the bubbling pot of 2023. And it's going to be very, very interesting to see how the various ingredients combine with each other and whatever chemical reactions go on with, I don't know, fucking amino acids, proteins, and peptides and whatever, as this thing has been cooking through 2023. And I mean, things will only coalesce in the right way. And it is just the natural upshot. We're going to see some natural upshots like appearing before us. And we're going to we're going to be saying through 2024, it's going to be like, oh my God, have you seen something? And nobody could have expected it. No one could have expected it. And yet there it is. And you look at it and it's like, flipping heck, I didn't see that coming. But, you know, now it's there. What else was ever going to happen? That's what I'm seeing here in the Justice card. And it's beautiful and it's upright. So there's a lot of hope going into the next year. So yeah, call your jets. Remember who you are. Value and respect yourself and your heart. Accept that, you know, life contains a certain amount of pain. Recognize this psychodrama for what it is. Know that you're supported. And, you know, as I say, you don't even need to make this a big show of this. This Ten of Swords here, this like, stick a fork in this shit, I'm done, I'm out of here, man. You don't need to make a big song and dance about this. And I mean, let's face it, he's not making a song and dance. You know, this is solitary, all right? You just keep it to yourself, because there's some beautiful energy coming in. I mean, you know, do what you want, obviously, but that's what I'm getting. Right. I'm going to leave that there. Have a wonderful time, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.